Today we're installing a copper sweat supply stop valve from SHARKBITE on a 1/2-inch copper stub-out. Some applications require only one stop valve, while others require 2 stop valves. Be sure to get the appropriate quantity for your project before beginning. If necessary, disconnect any supply lines and remove old stop valves. Clean the copper stub-out and inside of the stop valve with emery cloth or a wire brush. Next, coat the inside of the valve and stub-out with flux. Push the valve onto the copper pipe and align with the fixture. Hold the tail of the solder spool near the joint. Using a torch, heat the joint until solder liquefies and feed solder fully around the edges of the valve. When soldering is complete, wipe the connection with a damp cloth and cool the joint. Finish by installing your faucet or toilet connector from the stop valve to your fixture and tighten the nut until snug. Then using a wrench, tighten 1/4 turn. Be careful not to over-tighten. Turn the stop valve to the open position, followed by the main water supply. Check to ensure there are no leaks or loose connections.
Begin, measure and cut the wall tube to the length required. Next, position the nuts and washer on the wall tube. Insert wall tube into waste connector and tighten existing nut. Position the nut and washer on tailpiece. Slip the tailpiece into J-bend and secure it. Finally, tighten the nuts and check for leaks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to repair a freeze break in a 1/2-inch copper line. Since this is a small break, we can cut out a section of the break no more than 2 inches and then use a SHARKBITE slip coupling to make the repair. First, turn the water off and remember that SHARKBITE can be installed wet or dry. After you've cut, deburred and marked your pipe, simply push the end of the coupling marked slip end over the copper as far as it will go. Using a disconnect clip on the slip end of the fitting, slide the coupling back over the adjoining piece of copper until it clicks and reaches the correct depth gauge mark. Do not withdraw the slip end any further than the depth gauge mark. You have now finished your repair and you can turn the water back on. Now you know how to repair a freeze break in a 1/2-inch copper line using a SHARKBITE slip repair coupling.
Before dismantling your old unit, make sure the hot water feed is on the left and that the cold water feed is on the right. Call a professional if that is not the case. Turn off the water supply before dismantling your old unit. Prepare parts and tools with close access to the connections. Take out the installation instructions, be sure to store them after installation. Screw the S-union connectors into your fittings in the wall so that they extend by about 42 millimeters. Screw the escutcheons against the wall. Adjust the spacing so that there is 150 millimeters between the centers of the escutcheons, and then verify that they are level. Adjust if necessary. Install the mixer and tighten firmly. The nuts must not touch the escutcheons. Adjust if necessary and verify horizontal positioning. Remove the assembly. Note the depth between the S-union connectors in the wall. Seal the thread of the S-union connector using PTFE tape wrapped in the tightening direction. Tighten the S-union connectors with a 22 mm open-end wrench. Adjust the connectors so that there is a space of 150 mm center to center and the same depth as noted from your previous measurements. Then check they are level using a spirit level. Apply a silicone seal between the wall and the eccentric connectors. Screw the escutcheons onto the S-union connectors. Then remove the red and blue caps from the mixer. Make sure the filters are placed correctly with the rounded side facing inwards. Place the mixer on the S-union connectors without adding any additional seals. Then tighten the nuts. Use a spirit level to make sure the mixer is level. Adjust it if necessary. Check for leaks by turning on the water supply to the mixer. Make sure the seal in the hose is in the correct position and then screw the end onto the mixer. Make sure the single lever mixer is operating properly.